What's going on, everybody? Welcome to AfterPrisonShow, and joining me is Jellico. Jellico, you've been making a lot of appearances, and I appreciate you being here, man.
Not a problem, brother. Not a problem.
Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We are in the kitchen. You know we cook in the kitchen, but we're not going to be cooking. We're going to be trying to do something that you guys have probably seen quite a bit. This is something that's been all over Facebook.
All over.
Yeah, and I saw this video, and I was, blown away by this, and that is fixing things using ramen noodle soups. Jellico, have you ever fixed anything using ramen?
No, I haven't, man. Not at all. Not even close.
Do you have any idea how to do what we're getting ready to do?
I've seen some of the stuff that they're talking about, and I think I get it. I think we can handle it, man. I think we can make it happen.
There's been a lot of other YouTubers who have attempted this to try to imitate what this one guy is doing. I think he's from China or a Chinese guy. I'm not exactly sure. He's the guy who I guess has been really popular doing this, and that's the videos that we've been seeing where he's fixing all sorts of things, whether it's cars, ceramics, tables, using soups. And we're going to attempt to do that here today.
Yep.
And not only are we going to attempt to do this, we're also going to attempt to be successful doing this as well. Do you think we'll be?
Yes, I absolutely think we can do it.
Let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to do here. We've got a little end table, nightstand, whatever this thing is, a little small table right here. We picked this up at the thrift store for like $10. The leg's a little loose on this, so I hope it makes it. But we're going to break this. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece of this out. We're going to cut a piece of this out right here. And then we're going to attempt to imitate what this guy is doing, fixing things using ramen noodles. So we've got the table here that we're going to attempt to fix. It doesn't really need to be fixed yet until we destroy it. We've got the ramen noodle soups, and we've got what I believe this guy is using, and that is just some kind of epoxy resin.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can come up with, man. And all the things that I've used it's got to be it. It's got to be it.
This stuff says that it sets in 30 seconds. My God, this is like super glue right here.
Yeah, that seems a little bit much, but we'll see how it bonds to virtually anything. So, ramen noodles are everything, so.
In the videos where this guy's fixing things, he's crushing up the ramen noodles, throwing them in there, throwing the seasoning pouches in there as well. And then you can see him using some kind of an eye dripper, whatever he's putting on that. And I figured it has to be some kind of epoxy resin. So we've got 2 tubes of this right now, and we're gonna see if we can do this. So with that, we also have some tape as well in case we need to build some kind of a form for this stuff to sit in. I'm sure we're gonna need to do that. And the first thing that we're getting ready to do right now is we're getting ready to destroy something.
To fix it.
To fix it. We're getting ready to fix something that right now does not need to be fixed. And hopefully by the time we get done with this, you're not even gonna be able to tell that there's ramen noodles holding this thing together.
Well, we'll see.
Famous last words of anybody attempting to do something they don't know how to do. We'll see. So we're outside. It's me and Jellico. Jellico's a pretty handy guy, and I consider myself pretty handy as well. We've got the skill saw out here. Jellico, I wouldn't make it too big though, Jellico. That seems a little big. Make like a little pizza slice out of it because, we don't have a lot of epoxy.
Right here?
I would go even smaller than that.
Okay.
I would go about right there.
Right on.
All right, there we go. There's our cut right there. We got the jigsaw. Jellico, do you want to do the honors? All right, well, that's a pretty straight line there. Boy, you would have failed you would have failed a field sobriety test with that line. A nice little pizza slice cut out of the table. Took something that didn't need to be fixed, and now it definitely needs to be fixed. Hey, what if we took this back to the thrift store and we're like, your table broke.
Your table broke. I don't know what happened here, but
we need a refund on that.
We need one that works.
All right, so Jellico, what are you doing right now? What is your game plan for doing this?
Well, you have to have a form, and necessarily we don't have a. If you put a form and we put epoxy to it, it's going to stick.
And then when we try to take the form off, we're going to take the whole...
Yeah, we're going to take everything off. So the best idea that I think we have is to tape it, to use some sort of form.
So we're going to make a tape form is what you want to do.
Yep.
Now, folks, there's something I want to say about this as well. With these videos that you're seeing all over Facebook with this guy doing this, there's a lot of things that he's not showing you. We don't know how many bonds this thing is gonna take, meaning how many times are we gonna have to put this glue on here? It could be multiple times. So we're gonna be showing you this as real as we possibly can.
Authentic.
Angelico. Tell you what we do. We fix the table and then we take it back.
Yeah.
And see, that's how you know if we did a good job,
Yeah.
if they don't even know.
Yeah.
Or we take it back and we show them, because we told the people at the thrift store what we were
Yes.
getting ready to do, and they were excited about it. We even met a fan of After Prison Show up in there. Oh, you know what we didn't do?
What?
We said we were going to flip the table upside down to do it. Wouldn't that have made it easier for us?
Yes, it would have. Probably would have.
So if we flip the table, like, you know, we go upside down, and then, you know, we tape that. That way it'd be a little bit easier to work with. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having it up in the air. So let's change all.
Don't forget you don't have epoxy on this.
Well, we'll put something under it, like a piece of cardboard or something. Okay. So Jellico just took the whole form off that he had on the top, and now, or on the bottom, and now he put it on the top. There we go. Now that's going to be a little bit of an easier workspace right there.
Yeah.
Boy, look at Bob Vila and Tim Tebow. I couldn't think of another home improvement guy. All right, we need to put something down on here before we get this stuff going everywhere. So it could be anything, maybe even a piece of paper. What do you think? That's not good enough? Like right there?
There we go.
So, boom. Because we're going to have this running out.
Yes. It says this stuff sets in 30 seconds, so we shouldn't mix it all together. Might be able to put a small layer of epoxy, then throw the noodles, and then put epoxy in it like that. Or how do you think? What do you think?
I mean, I like that idea. I don't see anything wrong with that idea. But the way the guy does it, all he's showing you is him throwing the noodles in there. But you are right. We should throw the epoxy in there first and foremost. So I'm gonna bust this epoxy open. What do you want me to do? You want me to go ahead and start throwing?
Just put a little bit. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can work with.
All right, so epoxy's going in there. I'm putting it right up on the sides. All right, go ahead and just start throwing some noodles up in there, Jellico. Jellico's got the chopsticks. You might want to get them noodles in there. It says 30 seconds. We ain't got time for all that. Throw them noodles up in there. You pile them up on there, Jellico.
All right.
We're gonna need more than that. All right, get more. We wanna, yeah, there you go. That's what we want. We wanna, all right, now more epoxy. So we're throwing the epoxy on there. And I'm gonna get that all over this. There it goes. Build me some noodles out here, Jellico. I wouldn't even touch them no more. Don't bust them in there because they're just gonna stick to your chopsticks. Pile me some noodles right up there on that edge. Get that up out of there. All right, pile some noodles up on there. There you go. Don't touch it. It's super glue. All right, more epoxy.
Yeah, I got it. Give here.
That's what you need. You need it out there on that edge. All right, the stuff says 30 seconds. I don't think, that might be a little clickbaitish. Now we're putting a lot of epoxy in this because.
God dang, buddy.
All right, Jellico.
That stuff is pretty strong there.
All right, let's let that sit though. Let's let that sit. We've put the first.
Look at that.
Is it already hard?
Yeah, it's getting hard already.
All right, so we've got the noodles in there. We've got the epoxy in there with it. Now again, we need to let this set up. And once this sets up, we're gonna have to chip this out, sand this down, and see what we're left with. My thing is, this is my concern, I'm thinking we're gonna be left with some popcorn. It's gonna look like, you know, a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah.
And that's why I said he's not showing you everything. He's going back and re-epoxying it.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. You need to re-epoxy it, sand it, because there's going to be holes. There's going to be holes and divots in there.
Yep.
So that's the thing. We're going to probably have to give it a little sand, quick sand, find out where the divots are and stuff like that, then re-epoxy it.
Well,
we're gonna need some sandpaper.
Oh, I got all that. I got everything we're gonna need. See, we're gonna have a little divot right there in that corner, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh my God, that stuff is strong.
I'm telling you, bro. I put my face up on it.
We should have done this in a ventilated area. We're gonna let this set up, and we're gonna come back when this dries, and we're gonna see what it's gonna do. How you think we've done so far?
I think we're doing really well, bro. I think we're doing really well. I think it's gonna work.
Hey, yo, are you drinking Keefe?
I'm drinking Yellowback, bro.
See, that's why this is so authentic, though. That dude was fixing things with ramen noodles, but he ain't drinking the Keefe while he's doing it.
Yeah, man. You gotta be authentic, bro.
Jellico, what if we fix something with the Keefe coffee?
We are. That's what we're doing right now. We're fixing it with the Keefe coffee. It's where great ideas come from. The Keefe coffee, man. Late at night.
Because we're going to need a color.
Oh, man, there you go.
All right, it's been about 10 minutes, and this is where we are right now. I wanted to show you guys real quick because we added a little bit more ramen here, and we filled in that gap right back there with some epoxy, and we added just a little bit more epoxy. We still got a gap right there that we're going to need to get to, but yeah, maybe you can throw something on there. Maybe we should epoxy like right in that area right there, Jellico, or I don't know. We're not trying to be sparing with the epoxy because we know the epoxy is what's doing the job. There you go. Kind of douche that stuff. But I read the box to the epoxy and it said that this stuff takes 30 minutes to cure. So we're going to wait this 30 minutes.
Gotta wait it out.
We're going to wait another 30 minutes now that we've added this a little bit more to this. And then we're going to be chipping this out and seeing what we're left with and probably having to add, I'm guessing,
more epoxy.
More epoxy.
Then do it one more time.
Now, something else that we came up with while we were off camera was this.
Keefe.
This Keefe is going to be important to this project because we're not going to attempt to match this color right here. What we're going to attempt to do is refinish this using Keefe.
Yellow bag.
What do you think? You think it's
I
going to...
like that, man. Keefe, man, I'm telling you, you can do a lot of things with Keefe, one way or another. Keefe products, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're fixing it with Keefe one way or another, like I said.
Folks, you might have seen people fix things with ramen noodles, but have you ever seen anything get refinished with prison coffee? We're about to see if this is going to work. All right, so we've let this table set up a little bit. It's been a good little while. We've got a lot of loose noodles over here. Jellico's filming this right now. And this is pretty much as set up as we think it's going to get for right now. I'm getting ready to attempt to chip off some of this and try to form this. And then we're going to take the little form that Jellico built with the tape off, and I want to look at the other side because we know we're probably going to have to epoxy this a lot more. Jellico, are you confident that we might be on the right track?
I have a feeling that this is the way to do it. I don't think you can do it in one try. I don't think you can do it in one try. That's just my personal opinion because there's too many divots and stuff that the ramen noodles are going to put onto it and blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Well, that epoxy was doing something. There we go.
Wow, check that out.
Got a big old divot under there. I'll tell you what, that epoxy's strong. All right, so this is the careful spot right here. It's like, you know, really trying to form this. Oh God, my wife's gonna come home and see all these noodles. She's gonna be like, what the?
What'd you do with noodles now?
See what I was doing out there.
All right, I think that's it. Just, yeah, here we go. You ready? I'm trying.
Oh, there's that. Now it's still kind of wet. I felt a little bit of...
Gooey?
Yeah, just a little bit. All right, let's lift this sucker up. Let's see what this backside came out like. And even if it sticks to it, that's okay, because we're going to sand that off. Jellico, boy, I'm trying to tell you, man. Me and you, did we pull a chunk out? It's all right. We'll get it. We'll fix it. This is what they ain't showing you in them videos.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's still super wet. shit. Oh my God. My fingers are super glued.
What is it? Nail polish is what gets it off?
Yeah, probably something like that. Dude, my fingers feel super crazy. All right, well, that's still wet down there. We could probably throw some more. Oh God, we're losing it on the bottom. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're about to throw some epoxy in there.
Let it sit up.
Mm-hmm. I got some more noodles right here too. Dude, my hands are so super glued right now. Oh shit.
That's funny. Well, don't grab the table. Your hands will get stuck to the table.
All right, what do you think we should do? Should we add more epoxy, add more noodle?
Both.
All right.
Save the seasoning pack.
Now this was the spot right here.
Looks like we're gonna have to pick up some more epoxy.
Oh yeah. All right. More epoxy. We're gonna go look at the table right now, and we're getting ready to do what we think is gonna be the final noodle adding and epoxy adding as well. It's later in the afternoon on Monday, and you guys can see that well, we got some noodle dust right there. We feel like we're gonna be adding noodles one more time. And this doesn't even matter, this ain't sticking because whatever. This probably isn't even all the way set up, but we do need to add more. Jellicoe's actually crushing up some noodles right now. And what we know we need to add to is right here for sure. We definitely have some that we need to add to right there. So what we're gonna, yeah, right here for sure. So we're gonna add some there, and we're gonna add some on the bottom as well. And I think the best way to do this is to get us a piece of paper out here, put this up here, and add the rest of these noodles and epoxy. Be very careful with that. That's like a fragile little sucker right there. Oh shoot, it doesn't even sit flat because we got all the noodles. So we're gonna add noodles here, and we need to add noodles here, all in this area. And we're gonna get a lot of dust. That's what Jellicoe's doing right now. He's trying to break those noodles up as fine as he possibly can, so we can add that. I'm probably gonna need to add a little bit right here as well. This should be the final epoxy and noodle adding before we're ready to sand and then finish with the Keefe coffee. Good. We got noodles all over the deck. Let me.
Squirrels that come in?
If they do, they're probably gonna die eating epoxy. All right, so look, I'm gonna go ahead and add a good little drizzle of the epoxy all up in there. It's on you, Jellicoe. And we got some wind out here as well. It's not making this any easier. All right, let me add epoxy here on this corner. Let me get a lot of epoxy in there. There it goes. Throw a little.
What are you doing?
Little seasoning on that money, because that's what they do. You know, they throw the seasoning up on there. There we go. All right, we have done this as official as we possibly can, folks. We're gonna let this set up, and then tomorrow is gonna be the real test. How well did we do? All right, what's going on, everybody? Today is day number 3 with the ramen fix-it attempt. And folks, this is what we got right here. We got some seasoning on this. Got some noodles over here on the side. We are convinced that we're ready to get to the end and get closer to completion with this project, and we're hopeful that today is gonna be that day. Joining me as always is this guy.
Woohoo!
Jellicoe, what you think about that story that came out?
Oh man, that's awesome, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love the love we get all the way around, man. It's doing positive things, man. We're doing good things, man, and I love it.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about the Washington Post story that just came out about After Prison Show today. That was something really awesome to wake up to. But right now, this isn't about that. Right now, we've got the sander, and we are getting ready to not chip, but attempt to sand. And I don't think that this is the right way to do this, but we're gonna try it. You know, hold on. Would it be better to do the top first? Because let's go ahead and dump those noodles so the birds can eat those. Oh wow, look at all those noodles falling. Oh yeah, we got a lot of noodle action falling. Let's go ahead and put this down and let's sand the top because that's closer. The top's the important thing. Boy, that epoxy is definitely up in there.
Yeah, that epoxy ain't no joke, man. It ain't. It's no gift to that bad boy.
Chuck, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought that you would be sanding ramen noodles?
No, not at all, man. Not at all. This is almost comical. What we're doing here, man.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 4 of the Ramen Fix It video. Right now, outside, we've got Jellicoe sanding on the table. We've got the Ramen Fix It pretty much completed. It looks good. But we want to make sure that when we finish this, and we're finishing this with Keefe Coffee, that this looks pretty damn good. So what I got Jellicoe out here doing right now is sanding off the finish that's on the table completely. Let's go out here and look at this. All right, Jellicoe sanding the table down. But real quick, you can see right in here, folks, that is rock hard in there. So look right here. You can see how good we've got that. We've got that pretty much perfect right there. No real divots in that at all. But we know that the Keefe Coffee is going to need a little something extra with it to be able to really cover up this patch job. Folks, Jellicoe and I are reinventing the wheel. We've come to the consensus that it was a lot smarter to just remove the top from the table. There's the table over there, and this is going to make it a lot easier to work on this. Now, Jellicoe has sanded the top of this. We have not sanded the bottom of this. We're not so concerned with the bottom. We really just want to patch the sides, the top, and see if, you know, we can make this thing look pretty fresh.
Pretty presentable, yeah.
What we want to do, because we've done the Ramen Fix It. It's fixed, okay? It might not look brand new, but it's fixed. But we want to go a step up and beyond and use the Keefe Select, the good old Keefe Prison Coffee, and finish this piece, refinish it with the coffee. Jellicoe, what are your thoughts?
I don't like you wasting my coffee, or excuse me, the coffee, for our paint. But you know what? We can keep it authentic on what we're trying to do. We're trying to use state stuff in order to fix the patch something. So I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome. Your idea of how to get this to look and match perfectly, man, I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome.
Well, I appreciate you for agreeing. To be fair, we did test this a little bit off camera. And what did we realize, you know, was the deal?
Well, we can't just put coffee itself because we can't cover up the noodles.
We can't cover the patch job. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this back to Joe's prison mural painting. I've got the acrylic gesso right here, and this is just a paint primer. We're going to put some paint primer up in our little paint container right here, and Jellicoe's going to whip up a super thick 10W140 cup of prison motor oil Keefe Coffee right there, and we're going to mix that with our primer and basically prime this one time. Once this is primed, then we're going to be one step closer to hopefully finishing this and making this look legit. So what are you going to do? You're going to heat up some coffee?
Now I'm going to get a little bit of water here.
While Jellicoe does that, I'm going to go ahead and add our gesso to our paint container right here. Hey, you remember when I was doing the prison paintings?
Yes, I do.
I wasn't all that good at those.
The murals were your thing.
God.
The murals were definitely your thing.
All right.
The characters, cartoon characters.
Well, we already made a little party foul right here. We got a little white paint on that, but once Jellicoe gets that whipped up real good, we don't know if the coffee's going to mix with this paint primer, but we are going to find out. I wish we still had some of those chopsticks. We could use that to mix this.
Got a lot of compliments on the chopsticks.
You definitely did. All right, Jellicoe, let me get you a little nail in here real quick and use that to at least begin to whip this together. Oh yeah. Taking this straight back to bottom. Oh, look at that. Congealing and not mixing that well at all.
Let me get it.
There we go.
There we go.
Let's whip that up together. That's a nice doo-doo brown color right there. Nice doo-doo brown. We're gonna go with that beechwood.
Beechwood. Sandalwood.
Sandalwood tint. It's a nice tannish color. Nice sandish color. Still got a lot of white paint down there at the bottom. This is just what we're gonna use in an attempt to seal up that ramen patchwork. Almost has that mocha cappuccino color. After Prison Show is turning. What do you After Prison Show turning into Martha Stewart? I think that's good enough, Jellico.
Alright, what we got?
Alright.
Oh, he's painting again, guys.
Whip out the paintbrushes. We're gonna start with the patchwork. Has that been cleaned off?
Yep.
Let's start with the patchwork. Let's go ahead and bead that right up on there.
Wow, check that out.
Oh, that just disappeared like it never was even there. Looks like it's gonna need 2 coats, but that's okay. All right. So again, this is just a little primer we're adding to this. Definitely gonna need a douche it right there.
It smells like coffee.
It smells
It
delicious.
would be a perfect coffee table. Oh!
That was actually really slick there, Jellico. Now that spot's definitely gonna need at least
Fill it with paint.
At least 2 coats.
Fill it with paint. There we go.
Can you get enough on there? There it goes. Cover it up. There's no such things as mistakes if you can't see them. Look, my energy on this project has been revitalized because this is working. This is actually.
You didn't like it at first because it wasn't coming along like we wanted to, but
We thought the coffee was going to be a real easy thing to do. It turned out that it was not. And we're going to start with this beechwood finish right here with the Keefe coffee. We got some little hairs up in there. You want to get rid of all the little hairs that fall off of your 10-cent paintbrush. So now that we've got this with the first coat on it, I mean the ramen fix-it's almost gone. I think we're gonna let this set up for just a little while. We'll hit it one more time, and then we'll be ready to glaze it with the coffee, and then put the finishing sealer, sealant, whatever you call it, on here. All right, folks. Well, here is the cured primer tabletop with the coffee and the white paint. And you know, you can still kind of see the patchwork that we did right here. It was our first effort. So, you know, I'm okay with saying that it's not 100%, but it's damn good.
yeah, I'd say it looks good though.
It's damn good. And that ain't going nowhere, okay? That is, I don't want to mess it up because it's got some imperfections in it. But what we're getting ready to do right now is the next step, and that is, Jellico, we've got to varnish this thing.
Yes, we do, man. We're going with the old yellow bag Keefe is what we decided to go with, even though we don't have much left, as you can see here.
We might need all of that.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to burn it up. It breaks my heart, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
So we don't know if this is necessarily gonna work.
No, not at all. But we have a pretty good idea.
Jellico, we're gonna need more than that. Stop being stingy with the coffee, man.
That's crazy. I'm gonna need a couple soups. I'm gonna need a stronger shot than that, man. I mean, we want this stuff like paste in there. Okay.
Just dump it all in there, Jellico.
All but one shot. I can do all but one shot. Gotta save a shot for.
Hey, yo, let me get that, Jellico. All right, so we got a good little amount of coffee right here. We're gonna add some water to this right now. We're gonna mix this up, and hopefully we get a thick paint-like consistency or varnish-like consistency that will do the job while trying to, you know, add some color to this table. Now, this is the color of the table. Here's the bottom of it. Don't add a whole lot of water, Jellico. Make sure she's warm so that stuff breaks down. Will we match this color? I'm not necessarily sure that we will. There is the potential that maybe we do. But one thing about it, we have fixed this tabletop from beginning. A table that didn't need to be fixed, We broke it, we fixed it, and now we're gonna go up and beyond and attempt to revarnish this using Prison Keefe coffee. And then once that's completed, we're gonna put that seal over top of this. And this job is done. We hope. We hope. I'm excited about this part. Now we got no idea whether this is gonna work or not, but we're hopeful that it will. We could have painted a little mural on this, and then you definitely would have never noticed the imperfections. All right, Jellicoe's whipped up that coffee paste right there. I'll give you a soup if you just
No.
if you just kick that
Just bucket.
bucket.
Nah, I'm good. I'm up for the day. All right, there we go.
All
Yeah, I
right,
think that's most of the chunks. But
you got a little coffee in your hand too. Make sure you don't get that on your shirt.
oh yeah.
All right, well, most of the chunks. Ain't nothing but chunks in here, Jellicoe.
I mean,
It's good. It's good. This was the consistency that I was looking for. Cody, you think this is gonna work?
Maybe.
yeah, maybe you can always tell when he's off.
Here we go. Oh yeah, Jellicoe. Nice.
Man.
We might have to try to get those chunks out of there.
Here we still have the
But look at that though. I mean, hey,
hey.
yeah, we're close. Minus them chunks, we're close. All right, while Jellicoe tries to get the chunks out of this, and while I try to get them off of the tabletop, yeah, they're coming. Boy, this looks actually like some real deal varnish right here.
Dip it from the top. Don't go too deep.
Okay. There we go. Let's see what that does. It's okay. You know what? I don't think you're going to be able to get all the chunks out, Jellicoe. So don't worry about it. Let's just keep it thick, and we'll get those chunks off.
All right.
We'll get the chunks off.
We got. What happened to our skewer? Oh, here we go.
I mean, look at that, man. Are we close or are we close?
Hey.
We are close as hell right there. All right, where's the imperfection at? Have I already gone over that?
Ah, we're over here.
All right. Folks, you've seen the Ramen Fix-It videos. You've seen them. They are played out all over the internet right now, but you have never seen anybody using coffee as furniture stain. And I mean, look at that, boy. That is freaking, that looks good, man. And it smells delicious.
I was about to say, it's a perfect coffee table.
Smells like some Starbucks right here. Jellicoe, this is going to be a project to be proud of for sure, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It's really turned out really well, man. I was surprised at first, man, when you were talking about it, about how we were going to do this, and I was like,
This ain't
sure,
gonna
sure, boss, whatever you say. we'll get it to work.
work. Sounds good, Joe.
Sounds good, Joe. We're going to make it work.
Straight coffee and water. Now, what do you think the drying process on this is going to be, Jellicoe? Like, is there anything that we can do to help it?
Man, I don't know.
Is it even going to dry?
Oh, it's going to dry.
Do we put it in the oven?
Man, I don't know. You got a hair dryer, man? You always got your hair looking right. You got a hair dryer in there, man?
Cody, what do you think of this, man? This is pretty impressive, right?
It's got a nice gloss to it.
This is,
Nice shine.
it might not be exact, but damn it, it's pretty damn close.
Here we go. If
All
we
right.
need to lighten it up, we can just add some creamer.
I don't think we need a, yeah. Depending upon what color you're going for. Now to darken it, we just add more. Now is it darker? I mean, we're trying to match this here, so I think
It's
we
pretty close, man. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Make sure you get around the edges a little bit.
Yeah, I've been definitely hitting the edges. You say I missed some spots. I need to make sure I get all the edges. Man, I know y'all ain't just waste the whole bag of coffee.
All right, dude. We're gonna have to save this little bit for
I've been drinking this coffee every day.
Yeah. What's up with that, man? What you?
I ran out of Keurig.
You got a hair dryer or leaf blower?
I do got a hair dryer. It don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
It's actually getting darker too as I see.
All right, let me get a hair dryer. Jellicoe, hit that spot right there. Got a little stuff. I'm gonna go get the hair dryer. All right, folks.
When the moon hits your eye. Like
Surprisingly, we have dried the table. Oh, we missed some spots, but it's okay. Missed some spots around the side. We've never used this before, but this is the clear coat spray. And now is the real test. Let's seal the table. Ready?
Oh, you act like you've done that before.
I've never done it. I hope that that's gonna not dry white like that.
It did say hold about 10 to 12 inches away when you spray it.
Well, thanks for letting me know, Cody. All right, that's one coat. Hopefully that stuff dries. Ah, damn. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that right
I
there.
think it's gonna be good because it settles up clear.
Well, that's the first coat of clear coat. So we'll see how that does. It says it only takes about 30 minutes for that to dry. So hopefully in about 30 minutes, that first coat is going to be on there. Nothing like getting a project done on a Friday afternoon with a hurricane outside. I don't know how long we've actually been working on this project. It's been days in the making, maybe even a week. We haven't been able to work on this every single day. But right now, we're getting close to the end of this thing. Jellicoe's actually putting the table back together right now. And one thing I really want to show you guys is the bottom of the table that we didn't finish. But we wanted to just showcase the ramen fixing. And we've got that so flush. There's still some little potholes in this, but you know, we could have definitely finished the bottom. But I wanted to leave that exposed because this is really about the top of this table. The fact that we did this fix it using ramen noodles and even went up and beyond using the Keefe coffee to finish this table. You can see I missed it a couple of spots. But dude, look at that. I mean,
Here, hang on.
does that not match?
That's pretty cool, man. Look at that.
Dude, that matches.
You look at it from a distance.
Put it up on the table.
Folks, we knocked this out of the park.
I think it looks pretty good.
We knocked this out of the park. The clear coat's on here. There's nothing, look, clear coat's on there. Jellicoe, stop picking at stuff. We got a coffee table that we made.
Out of coffee.
Jellicoe,
Right on, man.
job
This is-
well done.
This is awesome, man. Look at that. You can barely even tell. That looks so good.
I can see it, it's right there. It's right there.
It's only because we know. It's so awesome, man.
I am kind of mad that we missed some spots around it, but you know what? It is what it is. Folks, we knocked this sucker out of the park, and I'm super proud of this. You know, this job could have came out a lot worse than the way it came out.
Absolutely.
We saw people on Facebook fixing things with ramen noodles. We wanted to attempt to do this. I don't think anybody else has really been too successful doing this on YouTube, trying to imitate what this guy is doing. And not only did we fix it with the ramen, like Jellicoe said, we used the coffee to finish it. And that is a nice, still smells like coffee.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.